listening to the Floq, a fucking dangerous ass podcast.
You hear that? That is a wake and bake plus a coffee. Well, that slurp sound was just my coffee. Needless to say, it's a good fucking morning, though I feel a little under the weather and kind of stuffed up. I'm going to try not to sniff all the time in this podcast. It's just me on this one. Kind of wanted to give some information on upcoming dates and talk about some people and things that I think are really rad while I have the time. First off, my dudes, if you don't know who SQUNTO is by now, if you are into, DJing or producing of the dubstep genre, if you don't know who he is by now, you're under a rock, and you probably shouldn't be playing anywhere if you're not playing anywhere. He's future of Chops, Mr. Choppy Chopster. SQUNTO, what he does is he takes, let's say, like 4 to 8 tracks solidly, matches them in key, and volume fader chops tracks into a single track. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to tell, but he showboats this idea because it's pretty fucking impressive to think of doing that at constant. When I DJ, I can do fader jumps, but I'm playing with 2 channels. This dude literally plays with like 8 channels. He picked up fairly big. I'm assuming off of doing his chops. I noticed him getting picked up. My friend Zach Russell showed me one of his videos back in the day, just like Zach always does. Shout out to Mr. Z Riggit, dude. That motherfucker has a keen ear as to what's next in music, and he's always showing me who's who. He's influenced a lot of my mixes as well. He used to play some fucking serious sets with me every once in a while under the name Iago. I have a couple of his mixes on my Mixcloud if you're so inclined to check Zach's mixes out. He showed me him, and from then on, I mean, I've been impressed with who he is, just even as a human. He has a secret Facebook page where he just inspires people. But today he put out this video, and let's see if you guys can hear it. It's just a very powerful 2-minute video.
They. And you, us. You are all they. You are all us. Be your governments. Express what you truly prefer. If you wish to make changes, then unify and make them. If you wish to express what you prefer your governments to do, express it. When the people lead, the leaders will follow. So lead the way, 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 the way. There is no us and them except as an illusion you have created on your...
Anyway, you get the idea. The video is like 2 minutes long. He's just an empowering person. And I like that in people who aren't afraid to be as positive about life as anything else, A lot of people just kind of put themselves in a mold and keep going until they're 48 and realize they weren't happy the whole fucking time. You gotta kind of live and go through the avenues that is presented in your life, in my opinion, and kind of travel through that. Saying no to something, as cliche as it is, saying no to something is... closing all doors to any opportunity, because you could say yes and that opens a plethora of doors. And so it's really nice to see an artist who's grimy as fuck, Doesn't give a fuck. He's just a goddamn hippie. He looks like the MGMT of fucking rhythm. But his music is nothing short of fucking heavy. You can check out his SoundCloud at www.soundcloud.com/SQUNTO. That's SQUNTO. He does a lot of remixes. He's got his own original tracks as well. You can go to squunto.com. His Twitter, I'm assuming, I don't have all the pages up. I'm just assuming you can search Squunto under all medias and find him. But you guys definitely need to check his he does like 24 songs and 3 drops, and he's just fucking chopping. It's really fucking rad. It's really a different approach, and a lot of people 2 years ago would have hated on that concept, in my opinion. I mean, there was a lot of drama back in the day about what DJing was. No one really understood that most people get ahead when they disregard all fucking rules and do exactly what the fuck they want to do. That's how you create a fucking following. Yeah, but Squunto, I'm blessed to be playing with that motherfucker. He's on Kanniblean Records. I've got to play with Apache before, so it's my second person. And then Boise hometown hero out of Idaho here is Kaiwachi, and he's on Kanniblean. Shout out to him. I have a mean track that I've flipped with his that I put in my sets. The Damages track. It's so heavy. Yeah, Kaiwachi's on the nationwide tour with Black Tiger, Sex Machine, and Dabin. Those would be a show not to fucking miss at all. I wish they were playing here soon. I believe they played here or are playing here, but I wish I could just like watch them play at all times. It would be fucking sweet. So, Squunto's tour is called the Dragon Drop Destruction Tour. It's a mouthful. Dragon Drop Destruction Tour. I can't even say it. He's doing a Boise stop February 25th. And thank you to the people over at Pariah Reign. And we've got Tim Beck, who also helped me get onto this as well. Audio Thrill Productions does a good fucking job always of bringing good people over here. It's called The Mask, the MSAQUED, at the Mardi Gras. You can pick up tickets. I'm sure if you just go like the page, you can find personal sellers, or you can go to masked, masqued.eventbrite.com. And yeah, that's gonna be a fucking night. That's gonna be some heavy duty shit for sure. It's cool too. We got back-to-back sets from a couple of my favorite people, honestly. Kid Coma's fucking rad, and MC Kinley. She played when I played with Lucid, and holy fuck. So Kid Coma and her back-to-back's gonna be unreal. You've got me and you've got Ramsey back-to-back. We always throw the fuck down. I get way too drunk, and then I start yelling at the crowds. It's always a fucking good thing. And if you wanted to get to Kid Coma's sound and hear what he sounds like, you can go to soundcloud.com/KIDKOMA, Kid Coma. As far as me and Ramsey, we've got, for mine is soundcloud.com/BRDZBEATS, Birds Beats, without an I in there. And then Ramsey's is soundcloud.com/RAMZ-15. Ramsey 15, you need to change that. I'll tell you that. I want to do a podcast with Nick before Squunto. Last time we played together, he got fucked up. And then we also got Big Ups versus Oracle for the last B2B. And that is soundcloud.com/ORRACLE. Plus special guests, says, so probably see some more. It's 16 plus, welcome with ID. And then you have to be 18 plus after midnight. And if you motherfuckers are old like me, you get a full bar at 21 plus. That's at the Mardi Gras Ballroom. And you get discounted entry with a mask and costume, by the way. 615 South 9th Street, Boise, Idaho, 83702. I would love to see everybody out there. And speaking of some of the people who put this on, fucking Sky Stack, Mr. Pariah Reign, Mr. Big Boy just released some sweet ass dad hats. They say TECHNO, like a little emoji. Well, it's like a message conversation. It's fucking sweet. I'm sure people are gonna eat that shit up. He's always done good. He's always done great. All of his attire. He made me a shirt. Well, it was like 2-3 years ago for one of the shows we played back in the day. It was fucking rad. And then he just knows what people want. This TECHNO dad hat, if you want to get it, you can go to pariahreign.com/shop and check everything out over there. It's pariahreign.com/shop. You guys can figure that out. This motherfucker is an entrepreneur. He fucking does everything, man. But he's good at marketing. He's good at professional imagery. Like, really working with Sky. If I could put more time and effort to get out into Boise. I know that's an excuse of mine all the time, but he's got big things coming. And you can't really sleep on the kid because he was producing before and big things were coming for him then. Yeah, not only does he have an online merch shop, he's got himself like a blog that he runs constantly. And I came across one of his articles on wondering if you should ever DJ for free, and that was a topic for a lot of people that heated him up because the ego is all over the place. And I'm not gonna lie, I had it for a while. I tried to shut everyone out. Then I realized that, like, we're here to stay. Even the motherfuckers you think you're better than, they're gonna get their chance. We all get our chance. It's who's gonna stay in the game longevity wise, and like, what are you really out to do? Are you trying to be famous? Like, that's not the key anymore. Or at least for me, it shouldn't be for you. You guys shouldn't be trying to get some fame. You should be doing this for yourself. I just stopped giving a shit about what people thought about my music. I'm starting to compile it collectively how I should, getting ready to release things that I feel that I like. And then I'm also not just bending to one genre ever, you know? I'm never trying to obtain a sound constantly. Like, sure I go for, like, you know, the modern sounds, the modern wobbles in my tracks and shit, but my experimental shit is what I'm having the most fun with. But anyway, back to Pariah's article here on if you should DJ for free. My opinion on DJing for free would be you definitely have to make yourself known. Okay? And there's some loops and some techniques that involve playing for free. But when you get the opportunity to be paid, don't let them undermine you in that situation either. If someone's starting to offer good money, instead of getting fucked over, do a contract. I've done a couple. That's a good way. But as far as where I've been, I've played a lot of shows for free. I've played a ton of shows for free, actually. I mean, it's all part of the fucking game. I mean, even before electronic music, when I was in my metal bands, we fucking devoted. I mean, is it industry standard that you should get paid for free? Well, in Boise, kind of. It's fucking a bear market right now, and part of what he explains is that there's an oversaturation in the market as well, with like MIDI controller DJs, me being one of them. Okay, but everyone's trying to fight for exposure right now. So to ask for money during a good spot in this day and age is probably going to get you, I don't know, not getting, you're going to end up not getting that spot because there's someone who's going to say, hey, I'll do that for free. I don't give a fuck. This is my first show. Let my dream come true. So you have all these kids who want their big ass shows and they want to play for free because then people get to go, hey, I saw you at so-and-so. It's happened to me when I played at the Revolution. I've played in front of 3,000 fucking people. So the concept is like, people know me more when they run into me from seeing me there because there's more people at that show and recognize me as who I was by playing for free rather than not getting it because I asked for money. There's certain situations that they're talking about as well in the article, and they're explaining that if you can't afford the travel, you shouldn't play for free, and that's exactly that. Traveling is where I understand that pay should come in. I've gone to northern Idaho. I've had to go clear up there, so compensation would be great, But the idea of fighting for some money because you think you're a scene king or a scene queen or fucking anything, you just gotta cool it because once your shine has dulled, then you don't have the momentum to keep pushing. You have to have content and things to prove your worth. And so the idea of asking for money in an oversaturated market in a tiny city is a little over the top. Some spots, I know you can get paid, but that's where you're fighting. Like, do you want to be a bar DJ or do you want to be an artist? You see what I'm saying? So the idea of oversaturation and all these DJs, well, if you want to keep your name prominent, you want to keep your name growing, you don't want to be playing in a bar every day for $75 an hour because you're not an artist. You're working as a DJ. So that was the battle that I did. And I was making some good money here and there being a bar DJ. And that's what I realized. I was a fucking bar DJ. How the fuck was anyone supposed to get excited if I dropped an album and I'm playing here and then I'm playing there and I'm playing here and I'm playing there? I've just cut all shows out because I'm here working on my podcast. I'm here working on tracks. And Deemed Worthy, motherfuckers. Deemed Worthy is seriously one of the best things that has happened production-wise. Thank you, Cody Audit. Fucking killing it. So what Deemed Worthy is a handful of producers that he picked. And every month we release... They release from a winner. Let me see how to explain this. Every month, they pick a winner. Every month, all of the handful of producers are asked to release tracks. So we release these tracks based off of sample packs that we had to download from this page. So they give us a download pack. Let's say 6 of us make a track. After a month, we send it in. The winner of that gets to make a sample pack, and every month we're creating content. And man, it's been fucking awesome, actually. And it's cool to see where it's going. And I have a couple of my tracks. I'll put one of them in here for preview in just 1 second. But yeah, every month we've been putting together these fucking heavy ass tracks. Well, they haven't been heavy for me. They've been actually pretty chill, but it's fun to hear a sound where all of us locally are creating. And dude, every time it releases, it gets me fucking excited.
You're listening to the Floq, a fucking dangerous ass podcast.
That was a preview of my track Rainy Days. And I've been just releasing these Deemed Worthies onto YouTube as tracks to play. I do have an EP that I'm just trying to find the best home for. I believe that I could get some plays. It's called God Eater. It's a mean-ass rhythm style dubstep. A lot of people hear rhythm and they think of they think of reggae, but I guess rhythm kind of creeped its way into the name of the most aggressive dubstep I've ever fucking heard. I love it. It's so grimy. Last little bit on here, we have my homie Axiom the Wyze. He has the Prof's Time Bomb tour that he's playing on February 18th at the Neuralex. Axiom the Wyze fucking gets it. Him and the Earthlings, man, they helped me get known in the scene, so I always have to put on for them. Who's playing with Prof besides Mr. Prof himself is Minnesota, Finding Nguyen, and Willy Wonka, plus Axiom the Wyze. And here is a sample of his track right now.
The Floq.
Come on! Jaw, storm, kick, fight! Jaw, storm, kick, fight! Jaw, storm, kick, fight! Jaw, storm, kick, fight!
That track was so rad. When I heard it, I was like, this is different. This is different. Way to go, fucking Axiom. A little bit about Axiom here. He spent most of his life in Boise and wears his rough edges with a sense of pride. He's an insatiable appetite for beats to tear up his evidence by his notebooks, all filled to the brim with endless amounts of rhymes and bars. I was just reading his bio. Really check him out. He's fucking rad. You can go to earthlingsentertainment.com, soundcloud.com/Axiom, AXIOM_THA_WYZE, Axiom the Wyze. Cheer. Anyway, just wanted to come in, drop a little info on your motherfucking ass. Thank you for listening to The Floq.
Floq. A fucking dangerous ass podcast.